السلام عليكم طلاب المرحلة الثانية الدراسة الصباحية والدراسة المسائية. This lecture will be about Lucy by William Wordsworth. First of all, we need to read the poem in order to interpret the lines, then to pick out the literary devices and to understand the main theme for this poem. Lucy by William Wordsworth. The poem is about a beautiful young lady who lived in an isolated place. This is the main idea. We need to understand the main idea, then to talk about the poem itself. So as I said to you, this poem is about a beautiful young lady who lived in an isolated place in the wilderness. Therefore, only few people who know about her. She lived and died without being noticed. Here the poet tried to describe the beauty of a woman who lived in an isolated place. This is what we can understand from this poem. As you know, as I explained in the last lecture, I said that most of the poets who belongs to the romantic school or romantic age, talking about the beauty of women, the beauty of nature, the about children, like these subjects. So this poem talking about the beauty of women, but this woman lived in isolated place. So here we will read the poem in order to interpret the lines and to pick out the literary devices, as I said to you. She dwelt among the untrodden ways, beside the spring of Dove, maid whom there were none to praise, and very few to love. Here the first stanza. What we can understand from the first stanza? Here the poem or the poet says that Lucy has lived in isolated place. From the first line we can understand that the poet tried to describe the woman as he said to live in isolated place beside the spring of Dove, beside the spring of Dove. So no one knew her and therefore no one praised her beauty or even to love her. This is the first stanza. The second stanza, followed by a Moses stone. Here the poet tried to making comparison between the beauty of women who lived in isolated place and to what he compares her to a violet by a Moses stone. So he said the poet described Lucy as a wild what? A wild flower اللي هي شنو؟ violet, but which represents her rare beauty. He described the girl as to be with a rare beauty. She lived unknown, as he said. She lived unknown, half hidden from the eye, as he described her in his poem. He said, half hidden from the eye, just like the violet that grows near a Moses stone and is hidden from the eye of the other people. Then he compares Lucy to a shining star, as he said, is shining in the sky. Is shining in the sky. He means that he want to compare her to the star, as he said, and is hidden from the eye. Then he compares Lucy to a shining star in the sky, as the only one shining in the sky. Okay, this is the second stanza. And the third stanza, what he said, she lived unknown, and few could know. This is in her life. When Lucy ceased to be, when Lucy is going to die, but she is in her grave, and oh, the difference to me. And the last stanza, the poet tried to explain for the readers that her life, and even in her grave, no one know about her. So there's a contrast here between death and life. So as I read the poem, and the third stanza, the poet described Lucy's life and her death. In both, she was unknown. The difference to me, there is no difference in her life and death, because no one know about her. She was unknown. He expresses his what? His sadness. His sadness. He was sad about this woman because she was a rare beauty, but no one know about her. When she ceased to be, when she want to die, when she died, no one know about her. So this is what the poets want to reach it, that the rare beauty of this woman vanished without being noticed. Here in this poem, as I explained, that there's structural devices and sense devices. The structural devices, as I said to you, there's contrast between life and death, and we can find it where in the first and in second stanzas describes Lucy's life and death. And there is illustration as the poet described a young girl and an unknown place. This is he tried to give us a vivid picture. And also we have sense devices. And the second stanza, there's a violet by a Moses stone, is a metaphor because the poet tried to making comparison between Lucy and a violet. And in the same stanza, we can find also simile. We have a simile, fair as a star. He compares Lucy as a star. Okay, this is the poem, and this is the second poem for you. I hope that you can understand what I explained. Thank you.